How is it going, everyone? We've got a lot to talk about today as far as games getting delisted, games getting shut down. It is just a onslaught of a bunch of delistings and games shutting down, online services ending. A lot of these do pertain to PS4 titles and PS4 versions as well, so while the games will persist on PlayStation 5, they will be shutting down on PS4. So let's go over everything. So Genshin Impact's PlayStation 4 version has been delisted, and on April the 8th, online services will be getting disabled for Genshin Impact. So the PS4 era of Genshin Impact is coming to an end. That is quite the end of an era for Genshin, but at this point, you know, it moving on to PS5 I think makes a lot of sense. However, as far as everything is concerned, this is one that I do think people will be upset about, because while everybody watching our channel, I think it's very much expected that you own a PlayStation 5 at this point, I don't think that's generally the case, especially with a game like Genshin Impact that does cater towards, I don't want to say a more casual audience, but a different audience than what the core PlayStation consumer is. So, yeah, that is going to be a bummer for them, but hey, maybe that's another reason to pick up a PlayStation 5 for the hardcore Genshin players out there. The Finals will be getting its PS4 version disabled as well. Online services for that will be disabled on March the 18th. WBSC, EA Baseball Power Pros, that will be getting its online services disabled on March the 31st, and WWE 2K24 will be getting its online services disabled on March the 31st. Yes, this is the new rule when it comes to the WWE games. They have a 2-year shelf life of being available online, which is just insane. To be honest, a 2-year window for a game's online services to be functional is kind of insane. Even if it's a sports game and there's yearly releases, I still think that's ridiculous. It is kind of unfortunate when it comes to these sports games. The older years do just go to the wayside as far as their digital releases go, and I'm sure there's nuances, especially when these games do have licensed music and everything like that in them, but it is a bummer that those games are gone, because while it doesn't sound like something a lot of people would be all over, oh, why would I get older years of sports games? I feel like for wrestling titles and sports games in general, to be honest, people want those older versions to be preserved. You've got different story components in all of those games, and then on top of that, people like assessing like the different stats and whatnot, the stat lines and all that stuff. But yeah, 2K24 will be getting delisted on March the 31st. Moving on from that, a game that's getting delisted forever. I mentioned this in a previous video, but I thought I would reiterate. DC's Justice League Cosmic Chaos will be getting delisted here sometime in March. It is 90% off for $3.99. I'm gonna beat this over your guys' head, so those that are interested are gonna be able to buy the game. $3.99 on this, and then obviously even after the game gets delisted, you will be able to play the game, delete the game, re-download the game, etc., etc. I don't want to say it's yours to own forever, but for, you know, what the PlayStation Store is worth, it's yours to own in perpetuity for a while, even after the game is long delisted. A charming game, nothing to take too seriously. Have the freedom to play your way in an action-packed missions, grueling fights, and daring challenges. Suit up as Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman, and team up with other superheroes to take on some of the most powerful supervillains in the DC universe. Use the super abilities at your disposal to help solve puzzles, defeat enemies, and unlock outfits and special upgrades. Play with your friends or families in 2-player couch co-op, instant action mode, and have the freedom to explore Happy Harbor, the home of the Justice League. Can you stop the chaos and bring peace to Happy Harbor? Play with your friends or family in 2-player couch co-op, become Happy Harbor's hero, embark on heroic side missions, collect an upgrade, and with this version of the game, you get the PS4 and PS5 version of it. $3.99 on sale, absolutely not worth a full $40, but the fact is they're putting it on sale ahead of it getting delisted, so I always like seeing that. Sometimes you have games get announced to be delisted and then they don't get put on sale, which is ridiculous. But at $3.99 might be something you want to pick up. Lastly, another title that will be getting shut down here, ending service, and this one is going the full Concord route where purchases are going to be refunded. This is the Amazon published title in King of Meat. Yes, the latest live service game that will be getting shut down, and again, full refunds will be given out, and the game will be getting shut down on April the 9th. Following the launch of King of Meat, it's been incredibly rewarding to watch the community enjoy this fun and chaotic world. Despite the creativity and innovation Glowmade brought to King of Meat, the game has unfortunately not found the audience we hope for. As a result, we have made the difficult decision to conclude our investment in the game, and King of Meat servers will close on April the 9th, 2026. Players will be able to access and play all existing content until then, so we encourage you to enjoy your remaining time in the game with your fellow contenders. All players who purchase King of Meat will receive a full refund in the coming weeks from their platform holder. We want to sincerely thank everyone who supported King of Meat and the wonderful community that formed around it. Your enthusiasm, imagination, and feedback have meant the world to us and to the team at Glowmade. We're grateful for Glowmade's partnership and passion throughout this journey and wish them continued success in the future. Very rare do we see a game go the full Concord route, and what I mean by that is this game had a longer shelf life and longer time being open than Concord. Concord shut down in like 2 weeks. However, King of Meat is going the full. We're refunding everyone. This game is an L. We can't keep it going any further along, and unfortunately, this is what live service games are probably better off doing. You kind of have a sense of you can support a game, you can try to make it quote-unquote better, but once the toothpaste is out of the tube, that uphill battle that you are gonna find to find an audience from a lacking audience already there, or from the perception of the game already established, it becomes exponentially harder than when a game initially launches, and hopefully, you know, you go the Fall Guys route or the Rocket League route where the game just blows up. Arc Raiders, of course. You know, so on and so forth. But if it's a case of a live service game drops, there's nobody playing the game or hardly anyone playing the game, the perception is what it is, there's no point. There's usually no point in continuing to invest in the game, spending money on it, outside of satisfying that small user base. In terms of actually making the logical business decision, shutting down the game is probably the best route to go, and you saw it with Concord and PlayStation, and it was one of the first ones that I was like, yeah, this probably should happen. Cut your losses while you're early. You tried to get those microtransactees, it didn't work out, GG, no re. That should really be the thought process, and hopefully that's how PlayStation handles fair game when that game inevitably fails as well, if that game even comes out, and hopefully with the Horizon game as well. Just cut your losses early, GG, no re, move on, learn from it, and live to fight another day, as far as that's concerned. You know, take your losses on the chin, learn from the experience, and then, you know, move on to the next game. Hopefully, you know, Glowmade does have a chance to do another game, but this is unfortunately the reality, and Amazon's just been in turmoil as far as their games output and, you know, the longevity of their game. Look at what's happening with New World as well. It's just kind of a train wreck as far as Amazon's concerned. And Amazon's whole shtick was the live service model. They were very much into the live service model. They wanted to do a Lord of the Rings MMO. They wanted to get New World to be big. They want games like King of Meat to do well. But yeah, it ain't that easy. It ain't that easy to get a gigantic live service passive revenue. But that's gonna do it for me. Again, 4 games will be shutting down in the form of Genshin Impact's PS4 version, the Finals PS4 version, WBSCE Baseball's PS4 version, and WWE 2K24's online services. All that's getting shut down. DC Justice League Cosmic Chaos will be getting delisted forever, but it's $3.99. Definitely jump on that. And King of Meat also getting shut down forever. Full refunds given for that. Which is kind of insane. You don't see that often, but that'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. As always, sound off there. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.